WHYY's Plan Philly reports a solar-powered training program in Philly has produced its latest batch of graduates.
Nice work, everybody. Now, on the roof.
A group of young Philadelphians are gathered around a rooftop where a solar panel is attached.
Here, Malik, what is this?
A UFO?
A UFO.
It's not a real rooftop, it's a model, and it's just a few feet off the ground in an upper floor of a big boxy building in Kensington. Malik Hunt David jumps onto the roof. He's part of the Bright Solar Futures training program, and he's getting quizzed by his teacher, Micah Gold Markell, ahead of a test that could lead to an entry-level certification to work in the solar industry.
Fastens it together with what's underneath.
The rail?
The rail. You got it. Right? And that's how we mount solar to a roof.
Solar just sounded fun to learn and do.
What about it?
Just trying to learn new things.
Bright Solar Futures is a career training program for young adults in Philly that launched a few years ago. It's a paid 6-month hands-on learning experience for people who are unemployed or underemployed and looking to get connected to a career in renewable energy. Graduates get workplace safety and other basic licensing and are placed in internships that often lead to jobs. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics counts solar photovoltaic installer as one of the occupations projected to see the greatest % growth over the next decade. According to the Solar Energy Industries Association, Pennsylvania is among the top states for job growth in the solar industry since 2015. The skills Bright Solar Future grads have could help fight climate change, but what draws most participants to the program is personal connections and the promise of giving back to their community.
You know, told to go to school, go to college, but having a trade as well and having those hands-on skills, I think, is very helpful to our community.
Isaiah Smith went through the Bright Solar Futures program this year and now heads into an internship at a local solar installation company. Smith went to college for sustainability and planned to work on environmental legislation in D.C. But he didn't find a job right out of school, and when he learned about Bright Solar Futures, he decided to give it a go. Now, Smith plans to start his own solar installation company someday, with a focus on training up the next generation of installers.
Everything that you learn from here, you can be able to teach somebody else.
Smith's plan is just the kind that Philly needs to capture the economic benefit of the transition our country needs to make away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy, says Christelle Keloff, a professor at the University of Wyoming who studies economic development and renewable energy.
If we want a community to fully capture the impact of these projects, they sort of have to be prepared. They have to have the right investments in place. They have to have the skilled labor force needed to build and operate these projects.
And Keloff says clean electricity goals, like the ones the Biden administration has set, will likely mean a greater demand for people able to install solar.
Demand is definitely going to be a lot higher than supply. And so that sort of creates this big need for job training programs.
Some experts say job growth projections are imprecise, and some worry wages and benefits in the renewable energy industry don't stack up to those of traditional fossil fuel jobs. But to others, the opportunities are clear. Gold Markell, who quizzed the Bright Solar Futures crew before their big test, is the founder of a Philly-based installation company called Solar States.
I mean, that's what renewable energy and what solar is all about. It's jobs and jobs and jobs. Lots of jobs for people in our communities, good paying jobs.
To Isaiah Smith, the Bright Solar Futures participant who plans to start his own business, transitioning Philly away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy holds a lot of promise. Cleaner air, healthier neighbors, a more stable climate, and a career with a bright future.
Fossil fuel is only finite, so it has to be another pathway where somebody can be able to get a job, and the jobs are increasing. The jobs are increasing every day.
Sophia Schmidt, WHYY News.
It's 5:48.
Supporting WHYY, the Clay